We're going to continue now with the Kavanot of Yom Kippur, about fasting. It says, not only by bread alone does man eat, by all that comes out of the mouth of God does man eat. That is to say, all the rest of the year, Zer Anpin and Nukva, who are called Adam, Zer Anpin and Nukva we call Zun. It's an abbreviation. So Zun are called Adam, man. It says Adamatem in the Bible somewhere. It says, and you are man in the plural. So Zun are called Adam, man. So all the rest of the days of the year, Zun, who are called Adam, they live and they're sustained by means of physical bread. Bread is lechem, lamed chet mem, lechem, which is the secret of the three havayot in that add up to lechem. Havaya is God's name, 26. 3 times 26 is lechem, bread. Bread is the secret of 3 times Havaya. So as lechem is the secret of 3 times Havaya, as explained in the secret of Hamotzi lechem in Haaretz. So we're talking about fixing eating. When the paramount time all year to fix eating is the eating we do on the eve of Yom Kippur, the day before Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur starts at sunset. So before sunset, on the 9th of Tishrei, Yom Kippur is on the 10th, so on the 9th of Tishrei, it's the fixing the eating for the whole year. We fix how we eat. Depending how well we eat that whole year, it fixes our eating for the whole year. We know how to eat. It's supposed to eat more. We eat more. We drink more. But we have to do it in the right way. We're saying blessings on the kosher food and not being gluttonous, God forbid, but eating well. Eating and drinking well, very healthy. So we can sustain ourselves for the next 24 hours without eating or drinking. So lechem is 3 times Havaya, like we explained in all the kavanot for eating in the Shabbat, the meals on Shabbat. There's specific kavanot of the Arizal how to eat, and the teeth and the swallowing, and how that has to do with the partzufim in the upper worlds, the fixings that we do by the very physical eating. There are kavanot for everything. So everything, there's letters of God in everything, and the unifications in everything. And the Arizal showed just a drop in the ocean of what he knew. This is one in 2 years in Tzfat. Less than 2 years in Tzfat, he revealed all of this to Rabbi Chaim Vital, everything we're reading here. And it's just what he revealed at that time. Imagine if he lived 70 years, he would have revealed hundreds, thousands of times more than what we see. Different yichudim, different. This is his Yom Kippur. This is what he taught about Yom Kippur, or the one, or perhaps 2, I'm not sure, of the Yom Kippurs that he spent with Chaim Vital. This is what he had learned from Elijah the prophet when he was 7 years alone in the Nile River outside of Alexandria. And then he went back to Israel, and they went to Tzfat, and he revealed all of this to Chaim Vital. So the eating on the eve of Yom Kippur, so we say Amotzi lechem in Haaretz, it brings forth the fruit from, so he brings forth the bread from the earth, but it's not the physical bread that we're talking about. God, not by bread alone does man eat. So we're not talking, when we're talking about the physical bread we eat on Shabbat, or the 9th day of Tishrei before Yom Kippur, we're talking about spiritual eating. That's why it says, Lo ala lechem levado yichya adam. It doesn't say not by bread alone does man eat. It doesn't say not by bread does man eat, but by everything comes out from the mouth of God does man eat. So it could have said, didn't have to say the alone. So it's not alone, meaning it's not without. What does he say? But it's not alo alech lechem agufani levado, like the sheet of motza pi Hashem, upnimiyut uruchaniyut besod hevel. but it's only with joining together what comes forth from the mouth of God, which is the insight and the spirituality and the secret of Hevel, the breath. Hayotzei mipi Hashem, that comes out of the mouth of God. Hamishtatef imo, that we're joined. The only way we can eat, if we join, if you eat bread, the bread wouldn't sustain us if God's breath did not join together with our eating. That's what the Arizal is saying. That's why it says, Lo alechem levado yechei adam, and the word levado is extraneous, but it's not. It comes to teach us that we only eat we can only eat because if we're eating from the mouth of God, from the spirituality, the inside sustaining, that sustains everything and everything we eat. But in Yom Kippur, we don't eat bread. We fast. And then we're only sustained on Yom Kippur from what comes forth from the mouth of God. The inside, that inside quality comes forth from the mouth of God. This is that which sustains us when we fast on Yom Kippur. And we say motzeh hamotzi, right, to bring forth. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, bringing forth the bread from the earth. Motzeh is the same word, like bringing forth. That's the very letters of tzuma, meaning fast. The fast, when we refrain from eating with a fast, it's called a tzom. It's also called tsoma in Aramaic. Tsoma is the same letters as motzeh. It's the coming forth. Why? What does that come to teach us? By means of the fasting, we are sustained by what comes forth, motzeh, from the mouth of God. And that is the insight in the spiritual eating, in the secret of kol, the voice, v'hevel, hayotzei mipi elyon, and the breath that comes forth from the heavenly, from the supernal. And this is what is written, mikolat mayim rabim, from the voice of majestic waters, exalted waters. From the voice of great waters, it's exalted above the waves of the sea. Adir b'marom Hashem. God is exalted above all. God is exalted on high. So that verse in the Psalms, Psalm 73, I think. I'm not sure, but in that psalm, it's the one after Mizmor She'er Li Yom Shabbat, the psalm for the day of Shabbat. So that verse, Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishparayam, from the voice of great waters, the exalted over the waves of the sea, God is exalted on high. So in that verse that we say in Kabbalat Shabbat, in the service welcoming the Shabbat on Friday night, is this verse has the Rosh Tevot, the initial letters of father and mother, my father, Imi Avi. That is to say, there's upper voices, upper inside voices. There's upper inside voices that are sustained from the father and the mother. There are inside voices in the father and mother that sustain what is below, sustain us, sustain Zaranpin, sustain Nukva, and sustain the whole world. Now in Yom Kippurim, so the first initial letters of Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishparayam is father and mother, to show that there are upper voices, inside voices that that sustain the father and the mother, the voices beyond the father and the mother that are sustaining the father and the mother, Abba and Ima. Now in Yom Kippurim, Rachel is also sustained by those upper voices in the secret of the mouth and the voice and the breath and everything coming forth from God's mouth. So that's the secret of Yom Kippur. He continues, they're called Kolot Mayim Rabim, the voices of great waters, of many waters. That all of these voices are the secret of the Euphrates River, Na'aprat, which is Bina, understanding, which includes all of the 4 rivers. There are 4 rivers which came forth from Eden, and they're all included in the Euphrates. In Hebrew, it's the Prat. The Bible calls the Nahar Prat. The word Euphrates comes from the Hebrew Prat. So Bina, the river is Bina, and it includes all of these 4 rivers. And this river concludes all of the great waters, which are the 4 rivers. Now, 5 times kol, voice, is Gematria Prat, the Euphrates. $1,300. Okay. So, even though it is only the female that ascends, like we said before, Zeranpin is not ascending, and only the female is ascending. And so Zeranpin is not being sustained by these upper voices beyond Abba and Ima. Therefore, we are also commanded to fast like her. In Nitztavino, I guess he's saying we, men, have to fast like her, like Rachel, like the Shekhinah. We're fasting, the Shekhinah is fasting. Right? But we're men, there's male and female. So if Rachel, it's all a woman's day, then maybe the women should just fast. Rachel is ascending not through Zeranpin, but going straight up to the mother. Since forever the only shefa and mazon, sustenance, that comes from Zeranpin only comes through Nukva, the female. And since the Shechina, Rachel, Nukva, and since she ascends now above, we also don't eat or drink. Because she ascends, then we can't eat or drink, because she's above. Rachel ascends to Abba and Ima, because it's always the rest of the year, 364 days a year, everything we're receiving from Zeranpin is coming through Nukva, the Shechina. But on this day, Nukva, or Rachel specifically, is ascending up to Ima. So we have to fast too, because she's up there. Because otherwise we can only get it through her. So that's why men also have to fast. It's a Kabbalistic joke. So it's not a joke. So we go back. That everybody who eats or drinks, the Talmud says everybody who eats and drinks a lot on the 9th of Tishrei, the day before Yom Kippur, it's as if he fasted on the 9th of Tishrei and the 10th of Tishrei, on both days. Yom Kippur is on the 10th. Because first we have to fix Nukva. In all of her aspects, all of her external aspects, in order that she can take the inside on Yom Kippur, can reach that inside on Yom Kippur. She takes the inside, the pnimiut, the inside. Yom Kippur is about receiving the inside. Now on the day before Yom Kippur, we have to fix Yesod and Malchut of Nukva, because Nukva is being fixed in the 10 days from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, fixing every Sfira Nukva. That's the Nesirah, the separation of the male and female, like, Adam taking the female from Adam's rib, etc. And so every day, the Rosh Hashanah, we fixes the Keter, the crown of Nukva. She separates from the male. And on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, the Chochmah of the female is fixed and separated. And on the third day, Bina, and so forth. Now we're on the 9th day. It's both Yesod and Malchut has to be fixed on this day, like we talked about earlier. Because the two aspects, these both aspects are done, meaning Yesod and Malchut, on the 9th day, which is the day before Yom Kippur. Yesod and Malchut, within her, in the female, are only fixed through the secret of chitzoniyut, the outside. Therefore, a person must eat a lot, a man must eat a lot and drink a lot on the day before Yom Kippur, which we don't do on any other day. We don't be gluttonous, but we eat more and we drink more. Because all of the other days of the 10 days of Tshuva, 10 days of Tshuva from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, fixes one aspect, and that aspect alone. But now, this aspect is fixed on the 9th day. It has to fix the external aspect, there's only internality, only inside on Yom Kippur. So how do we fix the outside? Because there's also an outside of Yesod and Malchut. The outside of Malchut would be Yom Kippur, but there's no outside because we're not eating, we're not drinking. Has to fix the outside of the 9th day and the day of Yom Kippur. We're talking about with Nukva, we have to fix Malchut. And I say Malchut, Nukva, and Rachel are meaning more or less the same thing. So you have to fix the outside. We don't have outside on Yom Kippur, so we have to do it on the 9th day. Because we fixed already up to Hod. The day before, the 8th day, we fix Hod of Nukva. She's separated and fixed on the 9th day. Wait a second. Wait, no. He says, now, on this day, I don't understand what he says here, but I'll just translate it. אבל עתה נתקן ביום זה בחינתו ובחינת יום כיפור שהוא בחינת הוד שבה. This aspect, now, fix on this day his aspect, the aspect of that day and the 9th day, and the aspect of Yom Kippur, which he says is the aspect of her hod, her 8th Sphira. And that separates on the 9th day, and also need to fix the aspect on the 10th day, which is Yesod and Malchut. So I would assume, I don't know why he says that Yom Kippur is Hod of Nukva. I'm not sure what that means. Anyhow, so you're saying Yesod and Malchut are always in a unity, and you never separate them. They're all one. Yesod and Malchut are always together in a union. Therefore, they're both called one aspect on the ninth day. But indeed, fixing them by means of eating and drinking, the outside of eating and drinking, I mean physical eating and drinking. If you don't eat a lot on this day, you're only going to fix the aspect of that day. You need to eat on the 10th day. If you only fix the aspect of the outside of Yesod on the 9th day, then we would need to eat on the 10th day, but we can't do that. כי לא תוכל לעלות לאכול אכילה ושתייה בפנימיות עד שתשתלם בחינת החיצוניות. Because she will not be able to ascend and eat the inside eating and drinking, which we do by fasting, until she's completed in her outside aspect. נמצא כי המרבה באכילה ושתייה ביום תשיעי על ידי הכוונה שלו. So we find that eating a lot and drinking a lot on the 9th day, with this kavanah, by means of the blessings and the mitzvahs that we're doing with our eating, with our drinking, our physical eating and our drinking, eating to sustain the body so we can serve the Ribono Shel Olam, eating so we can have energy to work and to support our families, and eating so we can have the energy to do good things and bring good things in the world, the mitzvah of eating. So by means of the mitzvah that we're doing with our eating, with our drinking, that fixes the aspect of the 9th and the 10th. By means of this, she has a tikkun, that she can ascend on Yom Kippur to eat and drink in the aspect of the inside aspect, the pnimius, by means of fasting. So we find if you eat and drink on the 9th day, then you cause gorem lo sheyitane b'yud. That allows you to fast on the 10th day in order to receive the inside eating and drinking. And then that's why it's as if you fasted on the 9th day. Because eating on the 9th causes the tikkun of the fast, as mentioned. There's another reason, because on this day, on Erev Yom Kippur, two aspects enter into nukva of Zeranpin. Two aspects on Yom Kippur, two aspects enter into nukva of Zeranpin. These are the aspects of the Chasidim Atachtonim, the lower Chasidim, which are the sum total of all of the 5 Chasidim in her Yesod. Because you have Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, and Hod. All of these 5 Chasidim, there are 5 Chasidim and the 5 Sfirot of Malchus, the Shekhinah, from Chesed to Hod in Malchus. They're all the 5 Chasidim spread into these 5 Sfirot, and then they go, everything, Yesod below collects everything from above, the sum total of all of them. And then it's given over to Malchut of the Shekhinah. So Yesod gives over to Malchut. So Yesod hu Bechina Tishi. So Yesod is the 9th Sfira, like on the 9th day of the 10 days of Tshuva. And Malchut is the 10th. And they both go in on the 9th day. This is as is written, Ki'ilu hitana tishi vasri. It's as if you fasted on the 9th and the 10th day. Because these 2 days because both days are fixed on the 9th day by means of eating and drinking, according to eating kosher food, saying the blessings before and blessing God after, and eating with the kavanah, that we're going to do a mitzvah with the energy of the food. This will be explained, God willing, bli neder. We learn about Sukkot. So God bless you to have a good fast, a meaningful fast. We should atone for all our sins. We should make amends between us and other people and right all of our wrongs. Yom Kippur doesn't have to be a sad day, it's supposed to be a happy day. It's a day that we clean ourselves, and the day that we sing, and the day that we are happy because we're standing before God and we know if we follow His commandments, He forgives us.